What's up guys, Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're going to be talking about something very specific to this season with the Emporium, and that is going to be the new shop we have that you may or may not have even done a single thing in. I have not bought a single thing from the season store just yet, and we are now up to a grand total of, 51,000 of these season tokens. Now there's a couple things that are pretty interesting here. Number one is previous S tier and A level heroes can be bought here. Sadly, the A level heroes, you can only get a grand total of 16 copies, which you only need like 64 or something like that to actually make them Supreme Plus, which is a little bit of a letdown. You can get 2 of these copies here. Granted, there is a refresh timer on this. That's cool and all. But let's be honest, the big one here is going to be this Abyssal Essence. This is the one that I think a lot of people are saving for. However, if you're a free-to-play player, this might not be the path for you. If you're any type of spender, most likely you do have some heroes at plus 20. Now, in case you guys don't know what plus 20 actually looks like here, I can show you guys a couple examples. Plus 10 is going to be 3 stars, plus 15 is going to be 4 stars. Once you get down to plus 20, it turns into 5 stars, and then if you max them to 25, they have 6 stars. Now, the big reason why this item is so good is because to enhance from 20 to 21 is extremely expensive. It's like, I actually can't remember if the 50 goes up even higher. It's at the very least 250 Twilight Essence, which is a crazy amount. 50 at every level or more. I honestly feel like it does go higher. I feel like it goes like 50, 75, 100, but I can't remember the last time I did this. I think I've only done it one other time. If I take a look at my roster, I have 1 6-star. No, I did it with Odie as well, it looks like. And I did it with Lily May. Surprise, surprise. But this is one of the best ways to go directly, because you'll see there's an up to plus 25. So insufficient resources, you need to have one of these Abyssal Essences, and this is going to take your exclusive equipment directly from level 20 up to 25. However, again, that does of course first require you to have a plus 20, which means you are using your Twilight Essence. Now, for a free-to-play player, even for spenders, I still feel like Temporal Essence is going to be the key resource that we are lacking, and I still hope they continue to give us more and more as events go on. Tidal Essence has become much easier, even though you need it for Heroes Focus and such, it becomes much easier. Twilight Essence is really only going to be used once you start heavily investing into specific heroes. And in my opinion, there's only a couple you should even consider doing this on at this point. Odie is a good choice, but as you guys have seen in Dream Realm, Odie is extremely strong in the early game of a season, but once we get to the late game, you notice he's falling off. You don't really notice him in any of the PvE teams anymore, and it doesn't really seem worthwhile. If we go to all the formations, we have him in the Snow Stomper team, Lone Gaze, Alpha Bear. But by the time those come around again, he might even be replaced from those. At the very least, though, I will say he is a very well-rounded, solid hero to pick if you do want to try to push someone to plus 25. He's good in AFK stages in specific teams, especially since you need 2 teams in both the faction trials and the regular AFK battles. He can be pretty decent in some PvP teams. I still can't unsee the strawberries in his ears on his skin, though. So it's a good choice. Another option is, of course, Corrin, because he's becoming quickly this season one of the most powerful PvE damage dealers. The only downside is that's the only place in the game you're ever really going to use him. He's not a PvP hero. He's an okay legend trial. He's not really great in AFK battles. He's definitely not good in PvP most of the time. As much as you probably want to take him to plus 25, even myself, I'm having a hard time thinking about it. Heroes that you feel like you're going to use longevity wise and you're going to continue to use down the road are going to be the picks here. Heroes like Taylene, maybe even Fresto, because let's be honest, I might even use it on my own Fresto because I still only have him at plus 15, but if I invest a little bit more in him, I can get that going, and we use Fresto everywhere when it comes to the end game of Dream Realm. The only place we actually don't use him lately is Battle Drill. So we're using him in what? Orson, Crystal Beetle, Lone Gaze, King Croaker, Necro Draken, a few more places than we are using Odie currently, and I think as time goes on and our account gets stronger, you're going to use him more often. Those are my like kind of recommendations if you do want to go with this. However, if you are someone who is, I guess you say not really a spender, you're completely free to play, this is maybe not the option for you. Again, if you want to do it, that's cool, that's fine. I'm just going to say this might not be the end all be all that you need to save for. Now, I do want to go over the couple of heroes because you might immediately think, well, maybe I should go for these heroes. Alsa, not really a hero you need on your account. She was very strong when she came out. She's still very good in the early season time paired with like Odie and stuff. But again, she's fallen off. Another support hero, Ludovic, came out very strong for a couple Dream Realm bosses and very unique situations. Fell off once Mikola hit the meta. Mikola and Smokey and Coco, I guess, all of the maulers just completely take out all the other support heroes when it comes to bossing. Another hero you don't need. Soren, a hero you definitely don't need unless you're looking for some sort of supreme arena hero to use in a mauler team where he can be good. Out of everything in this store, I would say Almas might be one of the better picks if you have not built him up. When you pair Almas with someone like Aaron that has Mythic Plus that can use his ultimate immediately, is a huge amount of crowd control at the beginning of battle and combos extremely well, especially with newer heroes like Tassie, older heroes like Arden. Anybody who has CC, he synergizes with very, very well. And if you don't really have any want for any of those, there's really only two other options at this point. Arena coins, which I mean can be good, especially if you're a little behind and you can't get as many of your stellar crystals. That could be a play to go. But honestly, none of these heroes are must-have heroes either. They're nice to have. To be honest, I feel like for a free-to-play player, Dream Fragments do feel like they have the most value. I wonder how many I can buy. 350 times 15. So what could I buy with this? 350 times 15 is 5,200. That is not many. That is actually really pitiful. That's like 3 copies of one of these heroes. And that kind of feels bad considering you can get 16 of one of these heroes. Well, actually, no. I did that math wrong there. Hold on. Wait a minute. That math's completely wrong. It's not far off because we take 51,480 and divide it by 10 and then multiply by 15. That's the correct number. And then you can divide that by what, 1,200 for each one of these or something like that. Yeah, there we go. That's the better deal. You can get a lot of hero copies for that right there. So this is I was gonna say something in my head didn't click there. No, I did the math wrong there. This is actually a pretty solid deal if you don't have Paragon heroes just yet and you don't need anything really from the arena store. This is definitely an option you can go for. You can work on heroes like Odie. Heck, you can even go for, you know, like Arden. Go for heroes like Damien. If you haven't built your Lucius yet, like we showed earlier today, can be very strong. Even has Coco in this store. Lots of really good options, including the best damage dealer in the game right now for bossing, Corrin. So keep that in mind. Don't just immediately think I have to buy this Abyssal Essence. Granted, that is what I'm going to do. But what you should do and what I should do are definitely two different things. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys are going to purchase from the store and what your recommendations are. I'll see you guys next time.